Hi everybody, and today we're just going to share with you guys the Head 1 version 2. If your Edelkrone Head 1, the head is a little bit unstable, or when you're doing some motion control, it's like wibbly wobbly. Maybe first, maybe your camera is just not balanced on here, and second, maybe the spring, the motor gear tension or the motor is a little bit loose. So right now we're just gonna disassemble this entire head 1 version 2. So we have some little tips. So this is the, maybe we just take apart the entire stuff first. So these 3 screws, you need just these 3 screws. You need to loosen these 3 screws, and you can have access to the inside part of the head 1. So these 2 are just for the locking spring to attach to the entire setup, and these 2 are just for the motor. uh, yeah. So after these 3 screws, we can get access. Just we have a little corner over here, just pop it up. Then the Edelkrone head 1 is free. Okay, so if you want to, okay, let's just release these 2, because these 2 screws attach to the motors. So if you want to like lift up the entire stuff, these 2 need to take away these 2 screws. Okay, then we have some plate over here. So these are just some metal plate, and then you can just take apart the entire setup. So inside just looks pretty easy. Oh yeah, I remember to take off. Okay, so there are a little spring. Remember to um, put this spring in a safe place, because this little spring is pretty essential to this entire setup. So yep, we have the gear part, we have the spring locking part. So don't loosen these 2 screws, because you are not doing anything. You just uh, detach the spring loading part. Yep, so these as tight as possible. And the tension inside here, I don't know what does it, oh, I don't know. But you need to like tighten the little screws in here as tight as possible to get the smoothest results. Yep, and let's see inside. So on top, like we open like this. Oh no, like this. So these 2 screws attach to the motor part. Just uh, let the motor keep in place, so the entire motor just move freely after these 2 screws detached. So yep, let's plug in a battery. Oh no, never mind. So motor, it's pretty huge, gigantic motor. We have some stepper motor with some serial number and some number on here. You can check out by yourself. So the spring, it's uh, it's for a motor to like push. There's a spring loaded in front of the head 1 over here, so we will just push the motor this way, and to like that the motor gears and the gears at the bottom to like stick together. Yep. So if you don't have that spring, it will come loose and everything will be weebly wobbly. So that spring, what I'm talking about, it's pretty essential for the entire setup. So yep, easy inside look. So pretty much this is the inside setup of the head one. Nothing, yep. So these two screws are for the upper part, the 3/8 screws attach your other heads. So remember, okay, so if you gonna tune your head one, this is the version 2 with the locking over here. So if you want to tune your head one, if you have some wibbly wobbly problem, so first, so you want to re uh, just put everything together. So the spring you can put it uh, just put it in later. So let's just put everything back without the spring because we can insert the spring in the end of this entire building process. So yep, just carefully put entire stuff back and make sure to press all four corners to let it like totally firm and no gap. Then we can put in the dish washer, who knows, and the uh, motor placement tool. I don't know. And let's just put back these two screws. So these two screws need, let's just symbol it again. So there are just, we're going to make sure we have some force to push the entire motor like counterclockwise, and it will just we don't want any gap between the motor gears and the gears uh, in the head one. So yep, so we need to, so this is pretty important. So this is like after several tests, I think this is the best way to make the entire setup smooth and no any less weebly wobbly, because if you don't do these or the out of the box setup, sometimes it will just like pretty bad. So we can just screw back the 3 screws that attach to lock the entire bottom plate, and holy shit, lock the entire bottom plate. Just put it back first. Then we're going to put the motor screws back. So this is the important part. So if you push, you can just screw it in halfway. So the important part is you need to loosen this lock and turn clockwise. Turn clockwise while screwing back this upper, the bigger part, a bigger screw, not bigger screw, the bigger part, upper part screw first. So turn the dish clockwise and screw back in the upper screws at the same time. Okay, then screw the bottom part, bottom screw, and turn the entire motor clockwise. Oh, maybe I forgot to put back the I think I forgot to put the little spring. This is pretty important. So actually we should put the spring back in, then screw in these two screws. So let's just screw it like halfway out. Let's just take the entire cover, the spring cover out over here and take it out. Then we have access to the spring part. Then we need to like put it back in. Let's see, is it in? Yep, it's in. And just put it back in. Close the door. Screw this cover back in place. And the spring will have some tension to like push the motor down to the gear to like leave less gap. So, yep, same step, clockwise, screw the top screw first, then keep turning clockwise in the bottom screw. Then you will have a like perfect, firmly attached gear. There will no backlash. The motor will be like pretty sensitive. If you have like lots of high frequency, like your image is like wow shaking like high frequency, uh, you may need to like loosen. You can try few step. You can maybe loosen the spring, so you can loosen the spring a little bit, maybe like just a little bit. You gotta try it by yourself, but you gotta loosen the screw over here, the spring part, a little bit. Then screw back in these two screws and see if maybe it will help, because the gear is not so firmly attached to the gear or to the motor gears. So it will leave a little gap and a little bit leeway to make the entire setup more less precise, but also less like high pitch vibration. But if you want the like instant response and like the most precise hand control, then this is like the best result, the tightest spring tension with these two screwing back in while turning clockwise. And you can also try, if your setup have like weird like shaky movement. So if your footage have some up and down shaky movement, most of them are actually caused by the slider, not the head one. But if you have like left and right, the pan axis vibration movement, you can just try to try it by yourself, because every camera, every different weight setup is actually totally different. So you just do some experiment by yourself. So yeah, just loosen these two screws and you can like turn clockwise and screw it back in, or counterclockwise and screw back in, or don't, or maybe try do nothing and then just screw back in just with the spring tension. Yeah. And there are like dozens of different results. So yep, that's what I'm going to share. I do this test and like do lots of experiment. This is the kind of like conclusion. How to like fix the, no, it's not fix, just improve your entire head one stability and just make the head one a better product, because out of the box it's just like trash actually. So I just figure it, just do a lot, just I just want to share with you guys this awesome way to improve this product, because the app is actually pretty good. The entire ecosystem is pretty good because, yeah, everything works together with this single app and just works flawlessly. And also the remote, yeah, just works flawlessly. So I really want these product to be as good as possible, but the results are pretty shaky. So we're just going to fix it. So the head one, this is the head one fixing process. We also have a motor module, and the motor module is pretty much the same. We also have a spring tension under and a motor attachment screw under this battery plate. I'm going to do this in the next video because this video is actually super long right now. So yeah, I hope if you have a HAP 1, and this will help to like help you get some better stable results. Yep. Yep. Thanks for watching.